Yes, sir, people's Devontae back in the house. Word up. And today, listen, man, we need to have an honest an honest conversation about Jermaine Cole, about J. Cole, peoples, man. Um, I did some reviews from the Birthday Blizzard and the Fall Off project that he dropped a few weeks ago, man. And I gave the Birthday Blizzard a Life 4 right after I listened to the Fall Off, which is an okay album. I gave it a 3.5 mics. I like 3.5 mics, right? And this week I went back to listen to Cole's catalog again, like the full catalog, the mixtapes, right? The albums, freestyles or the features, man. I was in the mood, like, you know what? Am I being too harsh on Cole, right? Because of the Drake and Kendrick beef and some of the stuff he said on Port Antonio, right? The way he handled it. So I was like, you know what? Let me just go back. Am I too harsh on Cole, right? And to be completely honest with you, because like this is a channel where I always like preach accountability, preach like honesty, right? You know, and stuff that I said about Cole, it was definitely from my honest perspective. Like, you know, some stuff that I didn't like, but I never thought that J. Cole was whack, right? Or then all of a sudden, because of the battle, like, oh, J. Cole's not that good anymore, whatever. I do feel like I look at him different now because, like, you had a chance to prove yourself against one of the greatest of this generation, right? Kendrick Lamar, and you also belong in that bracket, you know? For you, like, going on the feature run that you had and where you talk about, oh, you're going to kill every rapper, this, that. For him to, like, go on stage in front of his home crowd, right, and Dreamfield Fest and said what he said about, you know, my heart is not in it, whatever, but this, that. And it can happen, you know. It can happen that, no, you do something and then the next day you just feel different about it. It happens. You know, that's him being human. I understand it. But at the end of the day, I'm a hip hop fan. Not only a fan, I'm embedded in this culture, you know? Seeing like also like T.I. and 50 Cent go at it now, right? Where T.I. just like is in the booth, right? He's just going in on 50, right? And 50 just not caring to go into the studio anytime soon, right? And seeing people not really have the same energy for 50 that they have for Cole. It's kind of like, you know, maybe we are too harsh on Cole, but at the same time, this is hip hop. This is a competitive music genre, very competitive, the most competitive music genre. You know, so for him to do what he did and then still talk about being the best, of course, to me and a lot of people that love this culture, that are in this culture, that consider themselves the culture. It's kind of like, you know, you can't do that. You know, it's kind of like, oh, do we have to believe you? Because also your resume is not that great in terms of like people that you dissed, right? Like Lil Pump, No Name, Diggy, and it's not that impressive. Like even Wale, Wale's not bad, but it's like you sending shots at Wale and then Wale answering you didn't answer back. It's kind of, yeah, you know. But nevertheless, Cole, to me, is probably one of the most, especially for the last few years, technically has been incredible. Probably one of the best technical MCs that we're having in, like, maybe of all time. That's kind of a stretch, maybe, but his technical proficiency, like the way he be rapping since like the off season, like maybe even before the off season, his technical proficiency has been so elite. You know what I'm saying? I put it up there with the Pharoah Monch's the Eminems, Cool G raps, Kane, man, who like even some of the battle rappers, like Lupe as well, Lupe Fiasco, man, like younger Nas, like the young Nas, it's insane because I was listening to like even like the new album, like the technical, like some of the multi-syllables, right, and the entendres, the punchlines, right, you know, like like songs of who the F is you, even Poor Thing, right, it's it's good. Like even on the Birthday Blitz, like all the 4 songs on the Birthday Blitz, and it's like, Cole is such a gifted rapper. He's very talented, very gifted, very technical. The technical proficiency and even the punchlines. Like even though I felt like on the Fall Off, like some of the punchlines, there weren't a lot of punchlines that really hit me, but there were some that like the numerology bar he had on Who the F is You, right? So it's not like Cole was not a good punchline rapper because he had, especially like some of his earlier projects, right, and some of his last few projects, he had some bars that were like crazy, but on the Fall Off, I it was kind of missing compared to like Birthday Blizzard. That's my opinion, right? But listen to the Fall Off, right? And me still like I still feel like it's like maybe I'll say, because I was listening to it again, I'll say more like a strong 3.5 mics, but I don't know if I would give it a 4 because there's a lot of singing on that album now and a lot of like filler, because remember when I said like the songs that I picked, that if I had to make it like one full album, right, just not a double album, one full album, then the songs that I picked would probably make it more of a 4 mic album than a 3.5 mic album. But nevertheless, 3.5 is not bad though. But it's like, no, I went back to the off season, right? Born Sinner and Forest Hills Drive, even the mixtapes Warm Up, right? Friday, like those are still better than anything that I've heard on the Fall Off. Like that's better than the Fall Off, But the rapping, even like the Fall Off is inevitable, right? Like I said, Who the F is You, Safety, Poor Thing, the Dirty Night intro, like some of the rapping is elite. But it's just that, Cole really is the middle child in hip hop, whereas like Drake just is full pop, and Kendrick is like full rebellious and all that stuff, and goes deep. Cole's kind of like in between, and it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing at all. But it's, that Cole really is the middle child. And by the way, Sci-Hi just released a song. He got bars for Cole Band, and if you want me to do a breakdown on that song, a lyric breakdown, I would happily do it though. Maybe tomorrow, right? If I got time, because Arsenal's playing tomorrow. So, but if y'all want me to do a lyric breakdown of that, we're gonna do it like one of these days. That's for sure, man. So stay tuned. But yeah, Cole, like, if I still am of the opinion that you cannot brag about being the greatest and then duck out of a battle like especially the way that you ducked out of the battle, right? If you actually said nothing, right? Let's say you ducked Kendrick, you didn't say nothing at all, you didn't really 7-minute drill, then I would cut him some slack. But you released 7-minute drill, right? It was kind of and then you did what you did. It's kind of, of course, people won't look at you the same. I still, even though some of the bars he talked about is it's hard still, I cannot really like take it serious. But that's me. And at the end of the day, Cole don't have to listen to nobody because he is who he is, and he already made very much a living for himself. He got a solid career, right? It is so not Cole don't have to listen to nobody, but at the end of the day, people are also allowed to say, you know what, I cannot take you serious because you are an MC. You talking about, oh, I'm the greatest ever. I'm gonna put your favorite rapper neck in the news, never letting them loose and all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? You're making songs with Daylight and Absol and Benny the Butcher, right? Elite rappers, and also for you to then all of a sudden, when the time is for you to grab the mic and go toe to toe with Kendrick Lamar, and it didn't have to, like, it wasn't it was never going to be personal as what Kendrick and Drake, because that was personal. Him and Cole was just like going to be the friendly fade, right? And then for Cole to like, yeah, it's no, because I feel like that would probably be the better battle, because Kendrick and Cole technically and lyrically are so much better than Drake, way better than Drake. Come on, like, of course I will give Drake props for not backing out, right? Because he has his pride, so he was never going to back out. But, I felt like in terms of lyrical entertainment, like technical proficiency, that battle would have been probably the best. In terms of like pure hip hop, pure bars, that would have been the best. But I feel like Kendrick and Drake was also one of the best battles ever, though. Like, people like go make it too much or whatever, but in terms of like strictly battle, like strictly like song for song, one of the best battles ever. So yeah, you know what I'm saying? No, I'm not gonna be as harsh on Cole as I was like for the last couple of years. But nevertheless, man, I still feel like Cole, certain things I just can't, but he is who he is. And he's still a dope rapper, but I felt like the fall off was more like a Logic album, Logic-ish, because it was like, I feel like a Logic essence. But I just, like, he said that he's gonna like make new music, it's not gonna retire, right? And I felt like probably that was coming anyway. So I just hope the next project is a bit better than the fall off. Well, much better. Much better. Like, take me back to the off season. Even my delete later. Just take me back to that. And then we'll see, man. That's my take about J. Cole. You know what I'm saying? Let me know your thoughts. Tomorrow, Arsenal home against Chelsea. Hope for a win. And with that being said, of course, subscribe to the channel, like and share the video. We are out, peoples.